30 miles east of Richmond, Virginia is the home of Royal New Kent, a Mike Strantz masterpiece built in 1996. Pulling into the parking lot, it was clear I would be tangling with a real beast of a course today. At 7,400 yards from the tips, the course is a challenge for all level golfers. Royal New Kent is one of those rare courses that looks good in the summer and in the winter. Allow me to show you this course in its many The second is epic in every sense of the word. A classic design feature of most Strantz designs, the button hook par 5 offers risk-reward for all golfers. The closer to the right edge your drive gets, the shorter your chance at reaching the green in 2. If you chicken out and lay up, you will be forced to carry the gorge twice, albeit with a much shorter club, but still heart-pounding either way. Mike Strantz passed away at age 50 and only created 9 solo course designs in his short career. In that time, he became considered one of the greatest golf architects of all time. Royal New Kent, in my opinion, is his finest design. In fact, after playing over 1,000 golf courses around the world, I contend it can rival any modern design on the planet for its length, scale, shot value, hole design, and unique styling. This is a championship golf course, and you will need to be on your A game to survive this challenge. Here at the par 3 third, you can see the extreme styling Strantz was famous for. Hit the green and birdie might be yours. Miss the green and you'll be lucky to make par. The fourth hole is a great example of the influence Dr. Alister MacKenzie had on Strantz. MacKenzie said, "It is an important thing in golf to make holes look much more difficult than they really are. People get more pleasure out of playing a hole which looks almost impossible and yet is not so difficult as it appears." Such is the case here at 4 with the fairway nearly 60 yards wide, but from the tee box it looks about 15 yards wide. The hole looks scary, but its real test is in its length, and with a fairway this wide, just grip it and rip it and enjoy the ride. The fifth is a great strategic hole. Downwind, the traps at the end of the fairway come into play, but into the wind, the traps shorter come into play. Thinking your way around this hole and avoiding those evil pits of misery will allow you a chance at birdie on this devilishly deceptive par 5. course at Royal New Kent was left in disrepair a few years back, but with new ownership, a full restoration was completed in 2019. The current course conditions of firm and fast mean all bunkers are in play and force the golfer to shape their ball to avoid them, or lay up short and leave a longer shot into these wickedly wild greens. Just to give you an idea of how sloped these greens here at Royal New Kent are, check out this putt. The 7th is the finest par 3 on the course. With a beautiful BR-rich shape, the hole requires a perfectly struck ball to find the green. The quality of the framing on this hole cannot be understated. The beauty of the meandering stream and the ideal positioning of the green is truly sublime and left me breathless the first time I saw it. This truly is one of the most beautiful inland par 3s in the world. The 8th is a shortish par 4 that requires a bomb drive to a blind green if you're so bold, or a threaded 3-wood or long iron to a very precise landing area to have any real view at the green. Just a few yards too long or short and your second shot will be blind. Most golfers will find this to be a quirky design flaw, but you must understand this design feature is common in Scotland and Ireland and has been used to frustrate golfers for hundreds of years. This hole is not quirky, it's magnificent. It relies on precision over length to make it a challenge. Think number 10 at Riviera. The 9th hole will have you shaking your head wondering if you're awake or in a dream. The wide landscape gives all players plenty of room off the tee. It's the second shot that evokes fear. The blind approach lets you just see the flagstick, and it's that unknown that makes a Strantz design so thrilling to the senses. The back 9 starts with a roller coaster of a hole. Literally, look at those slopes. Another great risk-reward second shot awaits the better golfer, while the average player will still have fun navigating all the trouble in 3 shots on this wild ride of a par 5. The 11th is about placement off the tee, as every player will be faced with an uphill approach that has some menacing bunkers waiting to swallow up shots coming up short. If there is a bad hole in the course, 12 is it. When I first saw it, I felt something was missing. Then in the clubhouse, after I saw the pencil drawing Mike had created for this hole, I realized what it was. The green was surrounded by sand, but with fall-off edges on the green, creating an island-like scenario, thus increasing the tension level of the golfer. This version, sadly, does not have those same fall-off edges. The 13th runs along a ridge the entire length of the hole, including the green, creating a saddle-like effect. Your approach had better have the proper spin, or a chip shot will certainly be in your future. It's about this point in the round that most purists will say Royal New Kent can never be considered a truly great design because of the routing and the distance between holes. I contend this is folly. The course is a modern design and a housing development which means certain considerations must be made to accommodate roads and housing. Strantz also chose the best property to create a cohesive experience throughout. The modern game involves carts, so if the better land is a few hundred yards away, why not go there? Classic designs had no option but to walk, and therefore were forced to find routings that strung together for the shortest walk possible. They also had their choice of the best land in the country, no environmental restrictions, an endless supply of cheap labor. And for all you walkers, just remember, the longer the walk, the longer the journey. And at a course like Royal New Kent, you never want that journey to end. The 14th is another fun short hole that will challenge your accuracy over your brute strength. '15 is a take on the volcano design seen on so many classic courses around the world. At 245 yards from the tip, a birdie is a rare sight, so when I nearly holed out, I knew Mr. Strantz was smiling somewhere at my Irish luck. 16 is a real brute and asks for a big draw of the tee to leave a manageable approach to a severe back-to-front green. Don't be long. 17 is a wonderful par 5 that brings the clubhouse back into view, signaling the day is almost over. The hole incorporates a wandering stream the entire length of the hole, and the golfer should do his best to avoid it, but at some point they will have to challenge it. Blessed are the successful, and frustrated are the rest, for once again Mike Strantz did his best. 18 is a double peninsula hole. First you drive onto the fairway peninsula, then your approach to a greenside peninsula. This leaves most golfers probably wishing for an easier finishing hole, but alas, anything truly worth conquering should be of the greatest challenge, and therefore if you fail, you will be inspired to return and try again. Golf is about learning to persevere in a game of mostly failures. And if failing means having to return to Royal New Kent to try and succeed again, then life has granted my wish for world-class golf in a beautiful setting. I hope all golfers who appreciate great golf design get the chance to visit Royal New Kent while the current ownership pours their heart and soul into presenting the course the way Mike Strantz envisioned it. Firm, fast, and all wild cowboy. Until our next adventure, hit 'em straight, crooked, low and high, and always remember, golf is more than a game, it's a way of life.